Alright, so I'm going to another video, and today, on this happy Sunday, we are going to be ranking every single tower in the game. So obviously, this is not the, you can't just you don't only choose the top 10 towers and make strategies of those. The strategies, different strategies work on different maps, different modes, but as the towers ranked on the whole, so in throughout different game modes, number of strategies per game mode, how dominant they are in game modes, that kind of thing is what I've kind of used into making my list. So these are not they're the lower down towers aren't useless. Some of them are actually involved in some of the some really good strategies still. But I guess this main reason to watch this list is if you're a beginner, you can kind of see what what towers are most important to know a lot about. And but you need to know all the towers. And there's not really a really bad one anymore. We'll get into 22nd in a second. There are 22 towers in the game. If I've missed one, that would be so stupid. But I don't think we missed it. I got my list. I thought of it up a few days ago, and now we are going to be post-comming, or well, not post-comming. We'll just be recording over this, and we'll put some games on in the background for you to watch. But anyways, without further ado. Oh, by the way, if you're an experienced player, comment your list down below if you have an opinion on it. But yeah, over to 22nd place. So this used to be the worst tower by a very long way. I still think it's the worst tower, but it's a much smaller gap, and you could even argue it not being the worst tower anymore. So I'm going to put the balloon chipper still at 22nd place. So it's got buffed quite recently, so you got the permastall with the constant super vac, which is really strong. I just and it's got the new ZOMG sucker for the other side. I just don't like how it doesn't really stall out the balloons that are sucked in, and so it just feels like a worse stall, in my opinion. Then when you get really late, it's not doing loads either. So you got an alright mid kind of game section, but I don't think I recorded the game. Maybe I did record the game. Maybe I'll put one long game in the background I think I've got going on, but there was one where I was against Chipper, and it just didn't do very great at all versus me. So 21st place, we're going to put the bomb tower. So so it's actually got a decent amount of strategies. You can do dialing bomb, or bomb cobra is the better, bomb cobra mortar, the meta grinding strat, I believe, on a decent amount of maps where you can't use a really hard anti-stall for T0, and a few applications where you think there's a random spy strategy, but on the whole, there's when you get really late in the mid game, the bomb's really good. In the early game, it's kind of expensive, but it's not too bad, I guess. And then late game, just because the 10, you don't do a lot of damage as you go later, past round 35, maybe even past 32, the bomb tower stops really doing very much. 20th place, we got the village. So village again. You can get decamo. There's some very strong strategies Techville, Ninja, Techville, Glue, very strong strategies. But just other towers are just more cost efficient. You can't really use it very well early in the game. I guess there's some strategies you can do with farm, but got to be kind of eco strategy, so you're kind of limited in there. And then multiple game modes, not as strong as other towers. And anyway, talking about Tech Village, 19th place, we have got the tech shooter. So tech shooters very good early on. It just gets really weak later on in the game, and the number of game modes you can use it in is there's not very many game modes you can use it in. There is some passive strats and aggro kind of aggressive anti-stall strats of tech. It is just not quite as versatile as some of these other towers. 18th place, we have the submarine, largely for first strike, but also for the value you can get on certain maps of the reactor. But maps where you don't have a bad reactor spot, sub's just not that great, and in an all-out, as you get past round 40, I don't think the first strike's doing quite as much, but sub's still a very strong tower. As we said at the start, all the towers are a very similar rank. So 20, the chipper to first place, the chipper to 9th place. It's all kind of preference, what kind of strategy it is, but 10th place, It's just how you use the towers. for effectiveness, what kind of strategy you're going for. Talking about strategies might cause some outrage, but we got the Dart Monkey in 17th, simply because T0 very, very strong early, mid game, early, late game, but as you get like really late, Dart Monkey's not doing anything. It just becomes a wasted tower, and you can't really use it in any other game modes other than T0. Maybe we can put the Dart Monkey lower, to be fair, because it is kind of a very individualized to T0. Even in free power-ups it's okay, but it's just so much easier to go later in free power-ups. So yeah, maybe the Dart Monkey is a little bit too high in 17th. You can comment your opinions on that down below. Maybe it should actually be a bit lower. But then 16th, we're going to go for the Spike Factory. So yeah, if you've not played the game in a while, Spike Factory got... Actually, no, this was ages ago now. The Spike Factory net buffs. I think it was 21, 22. So yeah, the Spike Factory's been decent actually, I guess, for a while now. But yeah, had a lot of buffs and stuff recently. You got some good strategies in both free power-ups and T0, where you can just like just save money up and then use the Spike Factory, micro the Spike Storm, the 4-2, two really, really strong upgrades. But yeah, not a lot of diversity in the other different game modes. Other than one random free power-ups, Span Strat, I think. Oh, sorry, one Span Strat. We use the Spike Factory, Ice Thingy, and Village. That's our Village in the use again. But, yeah, outside of, and yeah, when you get really late, not as great. And early game, you can't like use it early game, but you know, that's just not the style of play you use it for. So yeah, 16th, 15th, we're going to go for the Wizard. So probably the most overrated tower in the game. We are pretty solid for beginners, quite easy to use, just because you can, as soon as you unlock it, you can get the lightning, and then you can kind of defend up till end of round 7, just with that lightning pretty much, and a bit of targeting for blacks. But yeah, it doesn't do anything like exceptionally well, but you know, it's obviously a good tower. Still going to be in 15th, 14th, we're going to go for Sniper. I realise I'm taking a lot of time on each tower. I need to not make this video like... I mean, it will be 20 minutes longer, who knows. It was not originally my intent. This was going to be quite a quick video. Anyways, 14th. Okay, so now we've got a bit of a... I say there's a small class gap. We're now starting to get to some towers which are either really, really meta with a few strategies in their respective game modes, or they have got a decent bit of diversity, or just have been buffed a lot recently. And so yeah, 14th is Sniper. So yeah, with the buffs made a few years ago, I guess, to the 4th upgrade on the right hand side for the Sniper, giving the crates a bit more money. The Sniper farming's now been a viable source of income. And then I believe for Speed Bonanza, on some maps where there's not multiple heli and farm spots, it becomes the meta tower to use for your microing with that kind of strategy for aggro. Yeah, so that's why, the Sniper is on 14th. But yeah, also got a bunch of other strategies you can use it with, such as, like Village strats, like Sniper, the Sniper Glue Ninja, I think, was a thing for a bit. Or Sniper Ninja Race, that's a really good one. That's got some towers which we've not gone to yet, they're decent a bit higher up. 13th place, we've got the Mortar Tower, buffed a lot in the recent update, I believe. So the, Mortar Stall's really strong. The big one's really strong. Sacrifice, a really good sacrifice. I think it's got a decent amount of use, maybe slightly high in 13th, but yeah, you could probably put that one lower down the list as well. But yeah, 13th for the Mortar. It's not too bad early game, I guess. It's using like strong strategies, like I guess we put Bomb lower down, but yeah, Bomb, Mortar, Cobra, really strong. Aggro strat, and yeah, a sacrifice. It's just a decent all-around tower, so we're going to put it in 13th. Alright, 12th we have... So we're now going to get into 3 towers, which on certain maps and certain strategies are very, very big, so I guess it's another small little jump gap. I guess that's when we really have this little gap. So 12th place we got the Boat Monkey, so yeah, or Buccaneer. So yeah, the boat, there's certain maps where the grape shots, there are a lot of boat maps as well. Most maps where you can get a really good grape shot spot off, and it's so cheap early in the game. And the BFBs for the mid game, it's just really, really strong tower. Maybe you could even put it higher up. It is very, very strong. The boat, I guess super late game, it's not doing as much, but you can still boat pull BFBs late game, so it's not the worst. And yeah, just so cheap at the start, really helps you out of your money management. 11th place we got Engineer, so you got 3 power-ups and T0 Engineer strats on Engineer maps, specifically maps where the balloons, the AI and the scent balloons come out from the same spot and end in the same spot, and you can have a good trap spot at the start. Those kind of maps the Engineer is really, really strong on, and yeah, you can beat grinders with a eco choke style strat, or you can become a grinder yourself, be a grinder yourself in T0. Yeah, really, really strong tower, the Engineer, and first one in the top half. 10th place we've got Dartling Gunner, so Dartling Boomer farm, the aggro strat for 3 power-ups. So that's why I guess I put it above the other 2 in this kind of little mini section of the list. Not this mini area of the list of relevance, I guess. But there also you got like passive strats, which you can do like Dartling Ice, Dartling Glue. Loads of versatility with it. Dartling Ninja, I guess, in 3 power-ups as well. But yeah, it's not really branching out to last 3 towers. They're not really branching out into any of the other kind of modes. So I guess you've got like Dartling, Cobra Farm in Spegger, but yeah, not the greatest. But yeah, now we're going to go into the top 9. So the top 9 are a decent jump above. It was actually a top 8, then I realised one tower actually has a lot more versatility than I originally remembered, being 9th place. But yeah, so these towers across loads of game modes, you're going to see them being really important. So by 9th place we've got the Boomerang Monkey. Originally this was actually below the Tech Shooter in 19th. But yeah, I then just remembered how you can use it. It's in the main Spire tower. It's Dartling Boomer is the big 3 power-ups grinding strategy, and you got a few other little like counter grinder strategies like Boomer Cobra Spike Factory, or just Boomer Spike Factory farm, that kind of thing. It's really strong as well. And yeah, and then I guess you can use it in some maps for Speed Bonanza or against noobs, just like Save Your Hand from a Heli Micro. And so I got the Boomer in 9th. 8th we got Super Monkey. Loads of buffs. Almost put it quite low down, but then I guess just in any mode where you can get loads of money, it's just the tower you want to go to. Late game, it's obviously phenomenal. And you know, some T0 strats like Dart Super are actually able to use the Super a bit earlier on in the well now, so that's why I've got into 8th. We've now got some stalls, so Glue and Ice are 6th and 7th. We've got Glue 7th and Ice 6th, simply because they're both very, very strong stalls. But yeah, Ice, you can use the double Ice and do it with Heli Farm Ice, which is really, really strong T0 strategy. And I guess Heli Glue is strong as well, but you also can use the Ice for like Spegger, and as a sacrifice, is a bit of a stronger sacrifice, I believe in. You can use it with Super against some things. I guess in T0 span, Ice Farm Super better than Ninja Farm Super, I think. But yeah, nice. Ice just got a little bit more about it, but the Glue is super, super strong now since it's been able to hit more up-class balloons and slow them down. But yeah, so 7th is Glue, 6th is Ice. Top 5 now, so 5th place we have the Ace. Yeah, so much application. Just putting an ace into your Spire strategy means you beat all aggro strats. Yeah, Dart Farm Ace, Wizard Farm Ace, 3 power-ups, T0, Span, Spire. Oh yeah, Span as the counter strat, Ninja Farm Ace. Or Heli Farm Ace. Yeah, literally so many applications of the Ace. The first, I guess yeah, the top 5 are all a bit of a cut above. They're literally like every mode you can use these towers in, I guess now. So yeah, top 5. 5th is Ace, but yeah, very close 5th and 4th actually. 4th place we got the Ninja, so yeah, kind of like the Ace. They kind of go hand in hand. You stall them and then you can just GC up to or quite comfortably up to, I guess it depends how quick your micro is, but the top players are getting to like round 40 with just Ace micro. You put a Ninja stall in there as well, you're probably getting past round 45. So yeah, Ninja in 4th place, such a strong stall. You can stall the balloons before they come on the screen. You can just get 4 up and you got a permanent 50% stall. I think it's the strongest stall now actually, because they did nerf the Ice 5%, didn't they? So yeah, super strong stall. And yeah, loads of good strategies you can use with like Ninja NG, really strong T0 strat. You got Techville Ninja, like we said before, just destroy all aggressive opponents really. Yeah, just so many. And yeah, other modes, Ninja Farm Ace for Span, really difficult to beat if you can do it well. And yeah, just a really strong tower overall, even with loads of nerfs recently, with like the Sabo not doing double damage anymore. Just makes it less broken, but it's still the super strong tower, still going to be 4th place. Now into the top 3. If you've already commented your list, see if you can, or you want to comment something else, see if you can remember what the last 3 towers that we've not gotten onto yet is. You can comment that now, but we're going to start with 3rd place. We're going to put the Cobra. So maybe some people want this in 2nd, but yeah, the Cobra. It's just the aggro, just so strong aggressively in every single game mode. If you're doing any club game modes, your aggro strat will 100% have the Cobra in. A lot of maps on T0, you'll have the Cobra in. And I guess in free power-ups, a lot of people don't like Cobra kind of base stuff. But a lot do still. But on like short maps, I like doing my jam-packed team tower stone with Cobra in. Sometimes you might just want to eco choke Cobra to try and get a really strong aggressive performance off, or double upgrade of Cobra. So many applications of the Cobra. It's got to be 3rd place. 2nd place, it's got to be the helicopter. So yeah, heli, you got the microing, the ability of the heli is just incredible, especially the people with quick micro can make that just unbelievably strong in Speed Bonanza. You got aggro strats and passive strats that you can use aggressively and passively in both T0 and free power-ups. I guess Spire and Spegger, that kind of thing. Those are like the main modes I'm kind of thinking of, like randomized modes. They're just randomized. It's not really strategy. You not got a strategy you can make with that. You're just given a strategy. So I'm not really considered those when I'm thinking about this. But yeah, heli just so strong overall. Got to be 2nd for me. And the top tower by far literally must be the most used tower, because just so much more enjoyable to use it. Makes aggressive play possible, makes certain types of games possible, means you can just control, you can do so much with this tower. It is indeed the farm, just a whole play style. It's not even just like, it doesn't even feel like a tower. It feels unfair to include this with the other towers, because it's just it's like a lifestyle. It's not even an option, it's just a way of life. The farming, just, yeah, literally an entire strategy. There's eco strategies and then there's farm strategies. Like, farm is that big. There is no doubt it has to be 1st. That you think about Speed Bonanza without farm, completely different. Aggro without farm would just all be Cobra strategies, and people probably be able to crack down on them a bit better. But nah, farm definitely got to be the 1st place tower. But yeah, anyways, that is the full list. Hope you've enjoyed. Remember to comment your ones down below. Anything I've gotten ridiculously wrong you feel, comment that as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye everybody.